What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Monday, February 27th, 2023. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Truly appreciate you all very much. Hope you had a great weekend and happy Moon Day. Let's take a look at the astrology. We do start off the day with that sun at 8 degrees of Pisces, and it is making that first quarter square to the moon in Gemini today. So it is kind of that square point that's kind of a circus show. It's a little helter-skelter. It's definitely it's a weird one. That Pisces Gemini square. Especially with the moon in Gemini and a sun in Pisces, we're trying to intellectually express our emotions, and then we're at a battle here with our expression of our soul, right? And the sun in Pisces. So it's an interesting conflict today. Kicking off the day, if you will. With being able to express the sensitive things, definitely a little mushy, but it also is like searching for some kind of excitement, searching for some kind of stimulation. So there's this stimulation that's needing to be felt, and it can have us want to do something maybe that we wouldn't want to, maybe naturally do, or something that we feel like is going to, be some kind of a cure or some kind of a numbing effect. But also very creative here. So at the same time, like today could be where we're backtracking because of a circus that we're playing over and over again in our own lives, having to confront that with the logic and intuitively and intellectually come to some understanding here, but definitely a little helter-skelter. Definitely could throw today for a loop, and today could feel a little intense when it comes to just feeling like there's no order. Right? So if you're searching for order, today's kind of a hard one to find that. Doesn't mean it can't be found. Saturn's at 29 Aquarius and, Pluto at 29 Capricorn. So in terms of like Saturnian energy, it is at a high degree. So we are having to like go through the circus from a more mature place and make responsible decisions more from we have to be an observer. We have to be able to disconnect to really see. So it is this balance between emotions and stepping back a little bit and taking a look at things for what they are. So truth is important today, but the truth is, who knows what the truth is, right? It's like you still have to come to terms with your subjective truth and be able to find that expression. The moon will meet with Mars, which could give us a little bit of confidence, a little burst of energy, but also, make us a little tense or a little, not having a lot of patience, especially when it comes to maybe other truths or trying to, again, emotionally and intellectually understand what is going on. We're on such an edge, such a cliff here, and even the sun coming to 9 degrees is kind of like a closing out number. So today does have that kind of closeout feel to initiate, where something is going that is of truth, and how well we can deal with that and process it. And I think focus our energy and our emotion into, again, creative elements of life, building, mature ways to express and then bring things together. Because today we can want to feel a little separate. So having to work through that one. The moon will also, of course, early in the morning make that sextile over to Venus, and it will sextile Jupiter. So there is like really nice energy, and even the sextile to Chiron. There is good energy here. Like, don't get me wrong, like it's getting us back to ourself, right? And that's even Venus and Jupiter in Aries, and they are going to meet at 12 degrees with Chiron. So all of it really does come back full circle to self in many ways, how we're identifying with our relationships, with the pleasurable aspects in our life, and making sure that we are taking responsibility for if we're getting that or not. So if it's a circus, we got to come back to ourselves and realize, oh, okay, I have to do something in my life to get more of the abundance or the pleasure or the goodness that I'm looking for, or even relationships. I think relationships are very interesting over the next couple days because we are seeing Venus and Jupiter come together, and this is going to amplify relationship aspects. Again, it's Aries, so we definitely want to be in a strong relationship to self and have a good identification. But when it comes to like partnerships too, it's with Chiron. So again, it's either relationship to self needs healing, or relationship with partnerships need to go through healing moments, and there can be an amplitude of this as well. It can be really positive, But there's also, a way that our ego can be identifying with something that isn't true. And maybe that's what this moon in Gemini with Mars is like really cutting to the bone of. However, Atlantis and Juno, Atlantis at 23 Aries and Juno at 23 Aries are together at this time too. So, there are some pretty potent relationship, aspects going on. It's so interesting that they're in the sign opposite of relationships, Aries, and opposite of Libra. I think when it comes to relationships, we have to really know what we want to be identified with. And, make sure that we're looking out for ourselves and make sure that we are still holding compassion in Pisces seasons for another person. Saturn in Aquarius, Mercury in Aquarius, trying to create these win-win situations. Mercury's going to make really good aspects over to Atlantis and Juno today from Aquarius. So there's just such a way to approach the understanding. It's by knowing who you are, knowing what you want, defining really positive aspects that are connecting you deeper to more of a infinite intelligence. And I say that because of Atlantis, right? It does hold these past secrets, these mysteries, and really in a lot of ways with Chiron here and even Jupiter coming back into Aries, Venus in Aries, there is something about like redefining our own mysticism within ourselves and having to, connect that to the way we express ourselves, the way we communicate, seeing other people at the same time for their own unique mystery too, without maybe trying to project how somebody has to be or getting projected on. So there can be a lot of projection, but I think this is also a really positive time for acceptance of each individual and especially yourself. Because when you accept yourself, when you know yourself, you're unlocking knowledge and a way to powerfully express and a way to powerfully create. So definitely positive there. Just, I will say too, Neptune and White Moon Selena are together in Pisces. So there's a very magical essence of divine feminine energy that is definitely permeating consciousness and trying to uplift us. We have to find that though in the circus, right? So I think it comes through creative outlets. Anything that you can put your energy to that is expressive, creative, unique, makes you feel like you're doing what you like to do, what you love to do, what makes you feel empowered. These are the best things. People that support that, their divine, sort of union in your life. People that don't support that, this is where it gets hard to explain yourself if people don't just understand you or see you for who you are. And that's why it can help to see and understand others for who they are, because in essence, that's making the healing journey just that much easier with Chiron here in all these aspects. So beautiful day for healing, beautiful day for creative approach to life, as it can always be, right? And also the moon's going to sextile over to Pandora's box, which is now sextile Chiron. So there's a nice sextile triangle to Chiron today. The box, Pandora's box, is opening to the identification, defining our lives by being able to take the, driver seat in our lives and, at the same time see the beauty in others. So we're not just being this ego that's just overpowering, but we are using our ego to power us up and to create and to see magic and to be intuitive and flow, because we're on the brink of who knows what, especially with this planets. And come on, Pluto coming into Aquarius for the next 20 years here soon. Look, Aquarius is the unpredictable. Sure, we can say, okay, a revolutionary war happened, the United States really defined itself as a country. Okay, there was other things, there was other revolutions going on. So there's a revolution, but what exactly is that going to look like? We don't know. And there's a lot of different hypotheses to what that could be. But we're on the brink of it. So I guess now we just have to identify. Today's a great day to do that healing, to know what lights you up, what gives you the pop and the burst for life and makes you feel like you can create that life for yourself, and how you can share that with others in such a divine way, but they have to accept and see you, and you have to accept and see them. That is acceptance and unconditional aspects to life. So I do hope everybody finds that. And I mean, I'll be honest, today it's a full show. We'll probably see some show, go on in our lives. Could be, the kind that we want to sit down for and really get into. It could be one where you're like really into it and you got to get the popcorn. Feelings are going to be all over the place, but if we can hone them into the right ways of creating in the way that feels, inspirational to ourselves, you're doing the right thing. Ten of Wands in reversed, dropping the weight, letting things go. I like that card. It's like we're done holding so much. We're ready to identify with the most important things, carry those things, let the rest go. Drop things off. There's only so many things it's worth worrying about, right? The truth's pretty specific. So when truth shows up, identify it, carry it, and drop the falsities. The World card. We are definitely coming to a completion of a cycle, right? So it's no doubt that we've reached this point. We're at the peak of Mount Capricorn with Pluto. Saturn's at the peak, and this is Saturn's card, right? Saturn's at the peak of Aquarius. And, gosh, let's get ready for the next one. I think that, how you present yourself is just a way to show the universe that you're ready to graduate to the next cycle, the next stage, the next go around at life. Maybe that shows up today, right? So be proud of yourself for everything, and to know that you've completed so much, and that that completion was ready for the next. And you can drop a lot of the stuff off that you might not, it wasn't important. It served its purpose. Let it go. Take the important stuff to the next tier with you. And the King of Swords, to see the truth, to define the truth, to speak the truth, to be the truth. What is your truth, and how can you be sharp and defined and just on it? I'm on it. I know where I'm going because I've graduated and I'm ready for the next tier. I think that this is a day where we can really empower ourselves mentally, because we have to navigate some kind of a circus that can want to suck us into self-detrimental habits, subconscious stuff. But the truth will set you free and get you to where you're trying to go. So remember your truth, define your life, and be sharp. Don't get lost. We can want to get a little lost in especially information, or something kind of trying to throw a wrench in our truth. This is your identification of truth, not somebody else's. So I love you all very much. Hope you have a beautiful Monday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Much love. Peace.